So, um, yeah, Pi Day came and went, and it was really weird. Um, my buddy Ed had posted a song on Facebook, which was a musical rendition of Pi. Um, Apparently, there was a mathematical formula to where you can, or to where the digits 1 through 9, I guess, were somehow represented through a key or some point, and they actually composed a piece um, using pi to its 31st placement. And the thing is, like, usually I kind of just zen out with that type of stuff. The creative facets of, well, what I see online, really. You know, somebody taking pi and then applying that to music is fucking awesome. And that's my favorite part about the internet. That's my favorite part about YouTube. People and their creative expressiveness. To me, it's bar none the best elements of the internet, next to those really heartfelt moments of sincerity that you get every now and then. But I'm listening to this, and this is weird because I'm 30 years old, and a thought occurred to me, which the whole revelation of the thought didn't come into complete focus until I started to investigate it. And that's while I'm watching this, it felt like I was listening to the rain. And I was able to specifically pinpoint that imagery, I guess, together, but the whole emotion, the scope of what I felt is something every time I find something amazing online. You know, there's this guy who can do a finger painting on a piece of glass about not much bigger than that in under 2 minutes. You know, there was somebody playing some beautiful violin out in Europe, and I can't remember if it was Denmark or Germany, but it was just phenomenal music, just played in a public square. Also, there's the what is it? There's a harp version of Fireflies by the Owl City Rockers. You know, it's a funny thing about that song too is that I have yet to hear a version of Fireflies that's not better than the Owl City Rockers version. And a lot of people give them crap. I'm indifferent to them on the whole, but I think it's funny that, you know, they get a lot of crap, but they have contributed at least one song that is it's pretty good and best performed, not by the authors, but I digress. My point is, there are certain moments online where I'll just sit back. I'll just sit back and enjoy the moment. I won't let any other details in my life enter in my thoughts. I just sponge it in. You know, because that's humanity to me. You know, it's not like I'm watching it on, you know, CNBC or a late show. You know, it's not like somebody was paid with commercial product placement to show this. It's just that they have a passion that they want to express. And in some cases, they end up making money for it. They end up getting ad placement. But initially, it's just this sincere exhibition of a talent or passion that they have. And that's what I like most about the internet in general. But tying it back in with the rain, well, it was kind of weird. It actually kind of put me in a rather solemn state. See, the thing is, I'm 30 years old now, but while I was growing up, well, I had a rocky home life, to be sure, and when mom and dad were fighting, I would just go into my room and try to ignore it, because it was nothing that I could personally do anything about, so it was just kind of one of those things where, given my environment and my surroundings and the state of things, I just locked myself in my room and tried to ignore things. And rainy days were the best for that, because I could focus in on the rain. I could focus in on the sound of it hitting my windows and the roof and the street outside. And I could listen to the wind and the rustling trees. And growing up, a little older still, I had a friend who, well, she was abused in her home life, and she ended up like better off than a number of other friends that I have. And I'm not going to state her name, just because if she catches this video, I don't even want her to know that I'm talking about her, especially given the context. But one night we were just sitting out on a back patio with an aluminum roof over our heads, and we were both particularly having bad days, as it were. And we were beyond venting. We were beyond sharing and exchanging, and we both knew where the other was coming from. So there was nothing to say. There was no closure or solidarity to be had in conversation. But while we're out on the back patio there, it started to rain. And we had to have spent an hour and a half back there just smoking cigarettes and throughout the course. And I don't know who started the chain, but occasionally one of us would start talking and the other would just go shh, shh, shh. Just listen. Just listen to the rain. And it's weird. I hadn't thought about that or looked back on that for 20 years, a decade and a half maybe. It's been a long time, and it occurs to me that things like that set me up. It set a foundation for me, and just in how I look at the world, my general outlook on life in general. There are a number of facets about day-to-day life that is completely and utterly outside my spectrum of control. There are certain things that happen that I have absolutely no say over. And even when my opinion gets heard, my opinion doesn't count. And I observe that being the same for a number of people in their adult lives. And so, what I do for my retreat is to go online and try to listen to the rain, figuratively speaking. And I would also like to think that, maybe not all, but there's some of my content that I put out there that I would hope acts under that same theme. And so, yay. I don't know exactly what this video is, but there's definitely something that I want to make more of, and there's definitely something that I want to see more of. And so I guess this video is kind of a manifesto of that, in a way. But that's just something, I don't know, like, that occurred to me yesterday that I felt worthy of expressing and sharing with you all. Take it for what it's worth, if anything. But this is it. This is my video. But I don't know, secondarily, off topic, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing one of my shirts. I finally broke down and I ordered one, and I gotta say, I am stoked. I designed this, and I don't know if you can read this, but I got this little guy right here, and it says, "This isn't my tongue, but I love chewing it anyways." So yeah, that was another highlight of yesterday. I got this in the mail, and I'm kind of stoked to be sporting it. But yeah. I think I'm going to be ending it here. In the meantime, I hope this video finds you well, and bid you all adieu. Win lots of kittens, and dream safe.